The Unified Defense Academy's final examination was legendary. 100 cadets would enter the simulated war zone. Only the last one standing would graduate with honors. For 3 centuries, the test had sorted the galaxy's finest warriors from the merely competent. Cadet Alex Rivera was neither. "All cadets deploy." Commander Vexthen's voice echoed across the arena. The holographic battlefield materialized, urban warfare zone, limited ammunition, scattered resources. The rules were simple. Eliminate all opponents or survive until the time limit expired. 99 cadets charged forward, weapons ready. Alex turned around and walked toward the boundary wall. "Cadet Rivera." Vexthen's confusion was evident even through the translator. "You're moving in the wrong direction." Alex didn't respond. She reached the wall, a solid barrier marking the arena's edge, and sat down with her back against it. Then she closed her eyes. In the observation booth, instructors from a dozen species leaned forward in confusion. "Is the human malfunctioning?" asked Instructor Krell, a Vorn tactical specialist. "Running? Hiding?" suggested another. "No," said Professor Yilseth quietly, her ancient eyes fixed on the display. "She's waiting." The battle unfolded exactly as it had for 3 centuries. The strongest, most aggressive warriors, Dreknarian shock troops, Vorn berserkers, Kron dreadnoughts, clashed in the city center. Explosions rocked the arena. Alliances formed and shattered. The cadet count dropped steadily. Alex sat motionless against the wall, breathing slowly, conserving energy. 99 became 70. 70 became 40. 40 became 15. "She hasn't fired a single shot," Vexthen observed, uncertainty creeping into his voice. "Hasn't moved in 47 minutes. Disqualify her for cowardice," Krell demanded. "On what grounds?" Yilseth countered. "The rules state, last one standing. They don't specify how." The remaining 15 cadets were the elite, wounded, exhausted, but victorious over their peers. They'd expended ammunition, burned through energy reserves, sustained injuries that even advanced medical nanites struggled to repair. That's when they noticed the lone signal at the arena's edge. The human who'd never engaged. The easy target. All 15 converged on Alex's position. She opened her eyes as they approached, forming a semicircle around her. The strongest cadet, a massive Dreknarian named Korth, leveled his plasma rifle at her head. "You dishonor this test, human," he growled. "Stand and fight." Alex stood slowly, raising her hands. She was unarmed, had never even drawn her weapon. "I don't want to fight you." "Then you've already lost." "Have I?" Alex glanced at the chronometer displayed in the sky. "You've been fighting for 2 hours. How much ammunition do you have left?" Korth's weapon charged with a whine that answered her question, low power reserve. "How many medical supplies?" Alex continued. "How much water? How much energy do your augments have?" She looked at each of them in turn. "You spent everything winning battles. I spent nothing. Who do you think can fight longer?" The 15 warriors exchanged glances. They were apex predators from warrior cultures spanning the galaxy. But Alex was right. They were running on fumes. "So I'll make you all an offer," Alex said calmly. "We wait here together until the time limit expires. Nobody else gets hurt. We share the honor graduation. Or," her voice hardened, "you try to take me down, and I guarantee at least half of you won't make it. Because while you were fighting each other, I was resting. And humans are very, very good at fighting when we're fresh and our opponents are exhausted." "Bluff," Krell muttered in the observation booth. "She's unarmed." "Is she?" Yilseth zoomed in on Alex's hands. Small stones from the arena floor. A piece of rebar. Improvised weapons that required no ammunition. Humans don't need weapons. They make them. Course Rifle wavered. He'd studied Earth military history as part of his xenowarfare course. Guerrilla tactics. Asymmetric warfare. Persistence hunting. Humans who won by not fighting until the enemy was too exhausted to resist. "This is not honorable," he said, but his weapon lowered. "No," Alex agreed. "It's efficient. Honor is a luxury for people who can afford it. On Earth, we learn to win first and philosophize later." The 15 warriors stood in silence, making calculations. They were elite fighters, but they were also intelligent enough to recognize a losing scenario. One by one, they lowered their weapons. When the time limit expired, 16 cadets stood at the arena's edge, alive and unharmed. The examiners spent 3 hours debating whether to honor the result. Professor Yilseth cast the deciding vote. "For 3 centuries, this test has selected for aggression and strength. Perhaps it's time we valued strategy and restraint. The human won by understanding something her opponents forgot. The objective wasn't to fight the best battle. It was to be the last one standing." Alex Rivera graduated with honors. Her tactics revolutionized galactic military doctrine. And the Academy added a new rule to their final examination. Victory conditions must specify method, not just outcome. Because humanity had taught the galaxy a lesson it should have learned long ago. The warrior who doesn't fight until necessary is far more dangerous than the one who fights because they can.